What's going on, YouTube? You might not be able to see me. I'm outside. Like I said, I do like to be out in nature. I have not done too much to my hair today. I don't have a headband on, so excuse me. But I wanted to come back and talk to you guys a little bit about formulating trust and loyalty within your small circles. One thing I have learned from life experiences is that you can't trust everybody, and that's a given. A lot of people know that, but unfortunately a lot of people don't. You can't trust everybody that you come across in life. Some people are meant to be in your life for a short period of time. Some people are meant to be in your life for a lifetime. That goes for relationships too. One thing I have learned about myself is that I love really hard, and unfortunately some people are not accepting of that, especially when it comes to certain relationships. And it's not like, you know, your typical crazy, like, you know, swim fan type of I will not be ignored type of shit. But more or less, like, I like to give my all to a person. I like to make sure that my relationship with that person, especially if you're my significant other, is as solid as it can be. Because a lot of things happen in life, and having solid relationships, whether they be relationships or friendships or close, whatever the case may be, relationships with family members, friends, whoever they are, to be as strong and as solid as they can be, because there's going to come a time in life where you need these people. Loyalty is something that is earned, not given, I like to feel. You can earn somebody's loyalty, but you can't just, I wouldn't just give it away. Like, you can give it away if you want to, but I'm the type of person, especially now after the stuff that I've been through over the last 7 years or so, I've learned that loyalty is something that should definitely be earned and not just given away. A lot of people take your loyalty for granted, and they realize that once they're in a tight pinch, that usually you're one of very few people or the only person that they can rely on. But a lot of the times they unscrewed you over and it's too little too late. One thing I have also realized is that people are not always who they seem to be. Wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. A lot of people that may be friends with you, or a spouse, or a family member, or somebody you care a lot about genuinely, may not have your best interest or their best interest at heart. A lot of time people weasel their way into people's lives with ill intent or intent to gain something for their own personal experiences and pleasures, not to having to do with formulating and making that person a better person. Unfortunately, it happens to everybody at some point in life, and some of us are more accepting of it than others. Some of us learn from it. Some of us make the same mistakes over and over again. Me personally, I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates, a lot of people who I talk to, people I hang out with, but those people 9 times out of 10 don't know shit of anything about me. They may know the basics, like where I work, what I love to do, my favorite foods, but they don't know the in-depth me for real. There's only, I can count maybe 2 or 3 people on this planet that know absolutely everything about me, and one of them being my significant other. And that leads me to my next point. I don't believe in keeping secrets in relationships at all. I believe that if there's something that you want to tell your significant other, they should hear it from your mouth, and they shouldn't find it out from anybody, whether it be social media, another person, a text, whatever the case may be. They shouldn't find out from anybody but you, because you telling them what's going on and in your life and what you're doing, because they're privy to that information, especially if you guys have been together for a long time and you plan to make long-term commitments with each other. You definitely got to have that no secrets barrier attached. I don't believe in secrets. I don't believe in keeping stuff from anybody. I don't believe in putting on the front for somebody. Be who you are. That person's either going to accept you or they're not going to accept you. If they love you like they say they do, they're going to accept you. They may not necessarily agree with what you're doing, or at first, or whatever the case may be, or they may try to persuade you not to do it, especially with something that they feel may deemed to be hurtful towards you or themselves, or both. But for the most part, if there's something that you are afraid to tell your spouse or someone really, really close to you that's been through hell and back with you, for you, by you, and because of you, don't be afraid to tell them. They will appreciate it more and be less upset if they hear it coming from you. More on trust for me is If I can tell you how certain things make me feel, whether you're the cause of them or not, and you take it as a learning experience and not as me trying to belittle you or make you feel like a bad friend or a bad boyfriend or a bad whoever, you are one in a million type of people. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a lot of friends. I got a lot of associates. My very closest friends are, to me, my boyfriend, my best friend, who I don't even talk to every day because she got shit going on in her life just like I do, and my mom. There's a few others, but those will be the top 3 for me. I definitely understand the old saying is keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I try to keep my enemies very, very close to me. I like for you to see how I'm doing via Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is. I don't know if I necessarily have any haters or anybody out there who hates me or whatever the case may be. I really don't give a damn if I do. But if I do, I want you to know that I'm doing all right. Even my worst days, I'm doing all right. I will never give somebody the satisfaction of thinking they have some type of hold over my life, even a significant other. I've learned to give my all to myself before I give it to anybody else. I've learned that trust can either help you or hurt you. If you trust somebody, it can help you or hurt you. Trust them too much, and they can take that trust and run with it and screw you over. Trust them too little, they can feel like you don't care enough or they're not valued enough in your life, and they may just go away. You have to learn. You got to get a feel for people. And one thing that I typically do when I meet new people is I watch their body language. Me being a manager, I've conducted quite a few interviews, and you learn a lot from somebody's body language. They can say whatever they want out of their mouth, but their body language says something totally different. Body language is something that's totally unspoken. It's definitely universal. If I'm talking to you and you seem disinterested in the conversation that we're having, whether it be about fashion, food, whatever the case may be, but you're saying to me, oh yeah, that's great, blah, 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 I'm not going to listen to your words. I'm going to be listening to your body. I'm going to be looking at you dead in your face, or looking at your arms being folded, or you slouched over. I'm going to be looking at your posture, and your posture and all of that is going to tell me what type of person I'm dealing with. Like I said, I am a manager. I've done several interviews. One thing I've noticed about interviews is eye contact is very important. If you don't make eye contact with me when I'm talking to you, especially about something that's serious, especially if it's something concerning the two of us, whether it be money, love, sex, whatever it is, then I know that you're being dishonest about something, or you feel ashamed about something, or whatever I'm saying to you is right and you're not liking it. Last thing I want to touch on about trust and loyalty in your small circles is be leery. Be overcritical sometimes. If you feel that in your gut, in your third eye, in your heart of hearts, whatever you want to call it, your subconscious, your conscious, if you feel that something is not right about a person or persons in your group, analyze that. Analyze it. I mean, don't overanalyze it, but figure it out, because 9 times out of 10, your first instinct, your gut is always right. You're always right when you dealing with somebody. Especially if you learn to read people the way I have. I read people like the back of my hand. I read people like the curls in my head. Okay, I read people all day, every day. I like to people watch. And one thing I've noticed about people is that there's millions of ways for people to be deceptive. And one of those ways is, like I said before, they can say whatever they want out of their mouth. Now, it's a different story if you're on the phone with this person, and even still, you can kind of tell where this person is coming from by their cadence and the tone of voice that they use on the phone. But when you're in front of this person, you're talking to this person, whatever they words out of their mouth really don't mean nothing if their body language doesn't match. And if your body language don't match what you're telling me out your mouth, I'm definitely going to be paying more attention to how you acting and what you're doing versus what you're saying. So that's it for now. Like I said, if we're friends on Facebook, definitely check out my videos. I'm definitely looking for feedback. My very first video got about 20 hits last time I checked, and it's only been about 13-14 hours, so I'm definitely excited about that. I am open to suggestions about topics that I should speak on. I'm trying to keep this as PG as possible, so please, we can delve into sex somewhat, but like I said, this is going to be a professional thing too, so I don't really want to get too much into that. Also, politics and religion is definitely out. I will talk about spirituality, as it has nothing to do with religion or politics. But that's it for now. YouTube, you guys have a good one. Peace.